Hey everyone, it's Julian. It's been a really long day, but I have some good news. This morning I shot that quick video and totally freaked out because my drain filled up, and when we emptied it, it was up to 30 mils, which based on what I had read meant they couldn't take the drains out. So we went out to breakfast and called the office, and Jen talked about Dr. Brownstein. They told me to just come in at my regular time. But I, of course, took that to mean that I shouldn't rush to the emergency room, but I could come in at the regular time. I was 100% convinced that we would not be able to have that drain pulled out today. But we went to San Francisco and went to the appointment at noon, and they said absolutely no problem. So I now have my usual huge belly, but no padding, no drains. I'm so happy. This is way looser. And I got to see my chest very briefly, but it was kind of, it was like a passing look, because basically the way Dr. Brownstein does it is he has you lie down while they take out the drains and the sutures. And so I have been sleeping propped up since the surgery one way or another. And so this was the first time I was actually lying down. I almost felt like my head was going backwards. And a little tired today, a little sinusy. Plus there was the pain of having the drains removed. It was nothing major. It was pretty minor pain. But everything just, there's all these different feelings going on all over the place. And so he was on one side. His really sweet and nice assistant Jen was on the other side. So he pulled out my one drain and was removing the sutures. I didn't even know he was removing the sutures because I'm totally numb around the nipples there. But the drain hole was really hurting me. I shouldn't say really hurting me. It was uncomfortable. And I didn't even realize he was removing the sutures because of the fact I was so uncomfortable on the side there. But then he just disappeared. I mean, he talked a little, but mostly he just did his thing and like, okay, I'm out of here, and just left Jen to finish up. So she took out the other drain and removed the sutures.
He did answer our questions,
yes,
though.
Yes, he did answer our questions. But he handed me this mirror to look at my chest while I'm lying down, while she's still removing the sutures on the other side. And I'm trying to look at it, and basically all I could see was that the nipples looked really good, and the chest was obviously flat. I have not been doing much upper body work, so it's pretty concave, and as expected, it's yellow with betadine and all bruised and nasty, and there's the scars.
And the marker marks.
Oh yes, and the marker marks where he wrote all over me. So it's as absolutely ugly as one would expect, and also as beautiful as one would expect. So because we had the sutures taken out today instead of tomorrow, which will be 1 week from the surgery, I actually have to wait an extra day to shower and to take off the dressings that they put on today. Essentially, they just took things off a day, or they took the sutures out a day early, but we're going back to what would have been the original schedule, which is to not do anything else until Wednesday. So it was sort of a reveal. I can't show you anything because I don't want to take anything off until Wednesday as directed, but we can give you the side view. I hope this doesn't freak out the focus of the camera again.
It's been freaking out the whole time.
Oh, okay. We gotta figure out what's wrong with this camera, but nice and flat here. Belly, well, that's another matter. I think this camera may be going back to Canon soon, but that's beside the point. So anyway, what turned out this morning to be a really kind of scary experience for me, it all turned out really well. The only, issue that I'm having right now is I'm having really bad redness and what looks like hives or a rash under my armpit here. We're assuming it's just some sort of an interaction or a heat rash with the binder. If it's still bad in the morning, I'll take a picture and send it to Dr. Brownstein's office. But in general, I'm really happy right now. I'm exhausted. It was a long day. We finally got to wander on the Castro and pick up a souvenir of our trip. But I'm just totally wiped at this point. Oh, the one thing I have is they did send us home with what Leah's calling a goodie bag. They gave us a large supply of the gauze, which will go on the nipples, and some adhesive tape to hold that on. A big supply of bacitracin ointment to put on the nipples.
She said it's not the same as Neosporin.
Not the same as Neosporin, which contains bacitracin, but that's a triple antibiotic ointment. And we asked in case we needed to buy more, although they gave us plenty. I don't think we'll need to. Don't use Neosporin if you're a patient of Dr. Brownstein's. You have regular bacitracin ointment, but we got a ton in here. And then the other thing they gave us is some literature and samples of all sorts of different scar treatments. They got the Kilo Coat and something called New Gel Vitamin E. I've not heard of this one. I'd only heard of the Mederma. But basically, in the next few days, I will read this stuff, go online, decide how I want to deal with my scar treatment, and then probably go to Amazon and have whatever I want sent directly to our house, because we live in the middle of nowhere. It can be hard to find things. But Amazon Prime, that's the way to go. So I'm probably totally babbling. I'm absolutely, totally beat, but I'm really happy. And again, tomorrow's going to be a really quiet day. We're just going to hang out and rest. My mom's going back to Buffalo in the morning, so, and Leah's mom's going to work. Just hang out, watch some television, whatever. And then on Wednesday, I will get to shower, yes, for the first time since surgery. And that means everything comes off, we change the dressings, and when we do that, we'll do a reveal video. It'll pretty much be the first time I really get to see it, because looking at it in that mirror I just was having a lot of trouble seeing anything, because I was mostly looking down like this, looking up at the mirror. But things turned out really well today, and I think, they said everything looked great. So, it's good. We'll see you later.